me get the umpire's names.
Yeah, go for it.
Go around.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hopkinton's $1 million turf field. We got an exchange of lineups a little bit late, about 4 p.m. Temperatures a pleasant 81 degrees. I didn't bring any sunscreen, so if you see a lobster sitting down in a blue chair, that's me. So since I don't have Ashland's lineup, we'll go through the Hopkinton batting order. It's Nick Paharic. He's going to be the DH today. Connor Kelly batting second. Dylan Locke. Nice little find for Coach Simos. Matt Cooper's hitting cleanup. Cam Jarrett, fifth. Last night's hero, in my opinion, Scotty Pagliuca, brother of Robbie Pagliuca. Andrew Gahn, Mike Burney, and bringing up the rear, Cam Mulvaney. Defensively, Connor Kelly at third, Captain Cam Jarrett playing shortstop, Scotty Pagliuca at second base. Played a great second base last night. Andrew Gahn, who else at first base? Left to right, Matt Cooper, Cam Mulvaney, and patrolling a right field, Mike Burney. Dylan Locke is catching the big, tall, lanky left-hander, Vin Papura. Now, there is a new rule that the MIAA just inserted today. There can be no players with more than 3 syllables in their last name or 11 letters. Last night we had 2 players, Anastasopoulos, and I botched it every time I said it. Anastasopoulos. Huh. First time. All right, we will have first pitch in a moment. Ashland Clockers versus Hopkinton Hillers on HCAM. Hey, Nick, why do they got you on punishment duty today? Your leg sore from last night or what? Like the other night? Like you pitched in Norwood? Every day can't be Christmas, dude. You came up as a freshman, didn't you? All right, let's go. All right, we're just waiting for Dylan Locke to throw the ball down to second base. Papura taking his last warm-up toss. The big 6'6" left-hander drops down to the side. Let's see what happens with the Ashland coach, whether he will block me out. Weather report is 81 degrees, partly sunny. And since I don't have a lineup, I don't know who this kid is. But I'm supposed to have it texted to me, so we'll see. First pitch is a strike. This is definitely a rival game. Always is when Ashland comes to town. There's a line drive in the left field for a base hit. Great way to start off. A couple games ago, Josh Fisher's first pitch went right at the center fielder, froze him for an inside the park home run. So we won't have a mysterious umpire. We'll know what he calls. The camera can pick it up. I think this is Max Dushy, but we'll see. Pick over. Not his best move. Little dummy move over there. The umpires wanted to remain anonymous, unlike Hickey and Bork last night. Pick over again. Crowd trickling in. I don't think Ashland saw last night's action, so you don't want to run on Dylan Locke. Got a cannon. Wow, looked a little low. Called strike. Ground ball to Papura, over to second base, Pagliuca, and he's safe at first. Pags get taken out at second base? Maybe so. He's a tough kid. His brother's up at UMass Amherst. Those who are wondering what Jack Whaley is doing, he's down in Naples, Florida. One of the toughest competitors ever to wear green and white. Started off playing shortstop. Booted a lot of balls early in the season. Coach Simos switched him to second, and he was flawless. He was a vacuum cleaner over there. He hated taking a called strike. A tough hombre. A little in-betweener between third and the pitcher. Papura went after it, couldn't get it. It's a base hit. Oh, Jack's on the Barry University golf team. They play 5 kids on a team out of 8, and he's the number 3 golfer. The average is a 74. How do you like that, people who play golf? And the ball. He was being looked at by some of the SEC schools. His mother, Noelle, is doing well for those who know her. Foul back. Coach Simos really loved him as a player. And for Evan Bishop, your student made the dean's list. How do you like that? Another ground ball to third. Kelly picks it up and holds onto it, throws back to third base, with Jarrett trailing the play. Nothing doing. Only one hard hit ball this inning. Others have been tappers. Still waiting on an Ashland lineup. I don't have numbers to correspond to the names that I have from Max Preps, one of our sources. Taken all the way. The Hillers being coached by Steve Simos. Foul back. His son, Stevie Simos, coaching first base, John Zach. over at third base, and Kylie Murray, one of the guidance counselors, stepping up and working with the boys. Way upstairs. Counts 2-1. I better get my game changer out. Find out what the count is. Another one beaten. Nice play by Connor Kelly. 4 balls hitting the infield. 1 in the outfield. That was his only play. Threw off 1 foot and just got the speedy Ashland player unnamed. One nothing Ashland. Top 1. Here's another strike. Yes. There's a swing and a miss. Papura's out of the inning. Only 1 run. Left the bases loaded. The end of 1/2 inning. It's Ashland 1 and Hopkinton nothing. Well, that's the sound's not on, is it? Wish I had a fucking lineup. Connor Kelly and Dylan Locke. We got some names, no first names. We got Neal pitching, Henton catching, Troutman at third, Cowan at short, first pitch. There's a strike. Tominski at second base, Riandon at first base, left to right, Kramer, Donovan, and Weiss. That's the Ashland defensive lineup. The fly ball in the left field. That ball is twisting. Foul. Way foul. Severely foul. Kid packs a little punch. Not a big kid at all. Josh Fisher is now on ball shagging duty. He'll be throwing tomorrow against Dedham, 128 South, Route 1 North, and then you can find your way from there. He's always worth the price of admission. Little bloody foul ball down the third base line. Oh, 1-2. Neal tried to snap one off, and it about a 58-footer. Again, some commentary on the field. I hate turf. The balls are too true. Foul back to the screen. If you ever have a chance to take a look at the girls' softball field, it is beautiful. Lush grass, lush. A flat dirt surface. Protectors for the top of the chain link fences for the girls. Ball way low. Dugouts. That's right, dugouts for the girls. They did a whole refurbishment. The Lauren Anderson Field. Student that passed away 25 years ago. Softball player and an equestrian. Here's a fly ball deep to left center field. And that ball is going to be at least 2 bases. Throw into the cutoff man. Cowan, and showing off his power is Mr. Paharik. Connor Kelly, he's got good power. And he's not generally a pull hitter. And the right fielder is playing him to pull. More of a gap guy. Shows bunt, pulls it back. 0-1. Neal not throwing particularly hard. Baharik a threat to steal, although he did get thrown out the other night stealing third base. Bunt foul. Little small ball action from Coach Simos early in the game. He likes to throw a twist at me from time to time. Crowd growing in size up and down the lines. Nice day for the lawn chair. Little hot for the benches, though. Foul back. We'll have some burnt thighs from who's ever sitting on those metal bleachers. Bring your long pants down or sit on the grass. Last night was a beautiful night for baseball under the lights. Hopkins beat Holliston 8-2. Holliston was ahead 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th, and Hopkins poured it on. Ball outside. We got people out in right field there. They get a beautiful view. Sitting on the hill. Well, the kids hit a bomb out there last night, way over the fence and on that hill. In the dirt, Paharic took a couple of steps towards third, thought better of it. The Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association ruled that they didn't have to wear masks anymore. However, it's fouled out of play. However, it's up to the superintendent or athletic director for each town to decide whether they'll continue to wear them or take them off. Framingham has already indicated they're going to leave it on. But I imagine on the 29th, when everybody, there's a base hit right up the middle. Paharic going to score easily, and Kelly is in there for a RBI single. Nice piece of hitting. 2 hard hit balls off Neal. I think it's the 29th when Governor Baker said everybody could take their masks off except for certain places like healthcare facilities and public transportation and the CDC. Nobody on a plane or a train or a bus or a trolley. You get the idea. Break a pitch outside. Ashland is 3-2 on the year, and your Hopkins and Hillers are 4-1. They were walked off by Norwood. They were ahead in that game and lost it 4-3. And there's a line drive into left field. 3 hard hits for Hopkinton. There's a cleanup hitter and captain Cam Jarrett. Vin Papora, the pitcher. Ball gets past the catcher. Runners move up. I'm sorry, that line drive to left was, they might have switched it up on me, was Dylan Locke. And now we have Matt Cooper hitting cleanup. Sorry about that. Cam Jarrett is on deck. Foul back. 1-1. We'll see how many alumni come down to this grudge match. Saw a few here last night. They said they were going to show up. Way up high. Neal's having a little control problem. Hasn't recorded an out yet. We'll see how long his leash is. Bunt is shown. There's a base hit in the center field. In comes Kelly. Paharic to third. No, Locke to third. He stops, puts the brakes on. Nice job by Matt Cooper, first and third. Will Coach Simos put Cooper in motion? See what Henton's got for an arm. We'll see what Neal has for a pickoff move. Ball in the dirt, pass ball. Here comes Locke. Slides in safely. Moving up is Cooper. Must be getting a little frustrating out there for Neil. Hasn't recorded an out yet. Up and in to the captain. Jarrett going to Clarkson University next year. 4 kids going out to play baseball. Jarrett Kelly, Joe's bunt. Josh Fisher going to Fairfield. Kelly going to University of Lowell. Ronnie Seamus going to Rollins. He should enjoy the nice weather down there. Go see Mickey Mouse on weekends. Here's last night's hero, Scotty Pagliuca. Pags. Scotty P. Played a great second base last night. Was 3 for 4 at the plate. There's a bunt. A beauty. Picked up by Neal. Retires Pagliuca, but he pushes the runners up. Cooper and Jarrett move up on a beautiful bunt. A do-anything type player. Scotty Pagliuca. Here comes Andrew Gahn. He had a nice game last night. A timely hit when they needed it. The Ashland infield is in all the way around the turf. Andrew way out in front of that pitch. Infield just in on the edge of the turf. Going to try to cut down a runner. Cooper at third. Ball low in the turf. I was going to say low in the dirt, but there is no dirt. There's a ground ball through the hole in between third and short. Here comes Jarrett to the plate, cut off. Nothing doing. Throw down to second base. Andrew Gahn is safe. Single takes second on the throw. 2 more runs come in. Warm-up activity in the Ashland bullpen. They come all the way down here, and they're putting a show on like this. I mean, it is just 2.5 miles, but this is a rival game. Is Bernie, a little nubber up the first base line. And Neal gets him on the way by. Second out in the inning. Cam Mulvaney at the plate. He was not given a hard time last night. I think he was in right field when that bomb went over his head. Coach Simos mentioned it to me before game that the bench didn't get on him. The ball was about 30 feet over his head. He should have jumped. There's a ground ball beaten down the third baseline, picked up by the third baseman, and he has to eat it. Andrew Gahn scores. Those eggs don't taste good when they're beaten into the turf. I think the score is 6-1, but I don't have a scorebook. I don't have any names for Ashland players except their last names. I got nothing. Nick Baharic at the plate. The runner takes off, a pop up, way up. The third baseman right under it, into fair territory, makes the grab. To retire the side, thankfully. At the end of 1, it's Hopkinton 6, Ashland 1 on HCAM. What's that? Oh. Oh. My brother works at Fenway. He's been there for 35 years. He thinks he's met every player, most every player that's laced him up. He works at the big souvenir shop at Fenway. And after the 2004 season, the night after they won the World Series, all the wives came through the back door. They had a party, a clothing pick-out party. All right, we're ready. Larry Sacklad on color, Larry Sacklad on play-by-play, Larry Sacklad on camera. No, actually, John Ritz on camera. John Ritz, the best cameraman in the business. No offense, Mike DeRosian, but he is the best cameraman in the business. Papera drops down. Misses the plate outside. There's a foul ball down the right field line. John just told me a joke about Bill Lee, but unfortunately it's not clean enough for FCC rules and regulations. Maybe I'll whisper it into my microphone. It had something to do with turf and grass, if you can figure it out. Ball inside. And it didn't have anything to do with vaping. I've given you enough information for you to figure it out. There's a strike called. So far, this game is a laugher. I didn't expect that when I came down earlier. Oh, take a seat. Take a seat. The maitre d' is waiting for you. There's a nice plate full of crow waiting for you. I hear it's very tasty today if you get caught looking. Ball inside. Two balls, no strikes. Outfield playing straight away. Swing and a miss. $21 for Papera. 31. Last night, a lot of hitters were caught looking. Not this kid. Takes a walk. Lots of kids were caught looking on both sides. Not too much noise over the softball field. I wonder what's going on there. Oh, I'm sorry. They're playing on the turf field a million miles away. They can't hear a thing. Let me check in and see what's going on over there. Up high a little bit. And a called strike. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Haven't really seen Papura's move yet. Ball in the dirt. One thing about Locke last night, he was really anxious to backpick a runner. Didn't come close. That's the second walk in a row. Donovan, the center fielder, is stepping in. Ball outside. We get a little warm-up activity in the Hopkins bullpen. Ball low. Coach Simos out to talk to Papura. Settle him down a little bit. It was probably a, hey, how you doing? Just slow down a little bit. Just pound that strike zone, get some outs. Just a little bit outside. Coach Simos doesn't want to make this game interesting. He'd rather bore Ashland to death. Third walk of the inning for Papura. Paharik, the DH, warming up. It's not quite heating up. He's just warming up. Shortstop Cowan stepping in. Another ball low. I think this will be Papura's last hitter if he walks him. There's a strike. Strike two. One down. Gets a call, strike three. He'll meet the waiter for a nice little lunch. Follow the way towards the cars. Since they've gone out of business, we haven't had to call giant glass for any broken windshields. There's a ground ball over to first base. Nobody's covering, and Andrew Gahn's got to eat it. So, run scores for Ashland, makes it 6-2. That ball was really in no man's land. Andrew Gahn had to go get it, but Papura was a little slow getting over to first base. It's a called strike. Here's the pitcher, Neal. Paharik's ready anytime he's called upon. Ball low, picked by Locke. What a find Dylan Locke was for Coach Simos out of St. Mark's. A few bucks here. You'll come and play for Coach Simos. Coach Simos plays this straight up. had a good education at St. Mark's. It's got a great education at Hopkins High. All these kids do. So Coach Simos is sticking his noggin out of the dugout, and he's going to go get Papura. Score 6-3. Paharic going to come in and take the ball. Well, he got through 2 innings. Well, inning and a third. He's had control problems. That's all. So Hinton, the catcher, will watch Paharic warm up. He'll be the first to step in the box. The umpire making the change. So when we come back, the score will be 6-3. You're watching Hopkins and Hillers baseball on HCAM. What's that? I hate when the games are slow, man. I can't find the girls' games. Top 2, Hillers 6, Ashland 3. Paharic on the mound. First pitch low. Trying to get a score from the girls softball game. There's a strike poured in by Paharic. Beaten foul. Score is 3-1 Ashland. How do you like them apples? All right, enough of the softball. 3-1. You tuned in for baseball, you getting baseball. Ground ball to third, stepped on third, and picked out of the dirt by Gone. Double play. It's a run score. That's what the coach wants to know. He's asking both umpires, did he touch home before the play was completed? They're going to have a little chat. What do you want to have for dinner after the game? What do you think? Pizza? Burger? Ooh, banged him out. Did not score. What do you think about that, John? Had he hustled a little bit more, he would have scored, and he would have counted the run. But Connor Kelly stepped on the bag, threw over to Andrew Gahn, who made a nice pick. They doubled up the hitter, and score is 6-3. Hopkinton over Ashland. Bottom of the second, for those of you that have fallen asleep at your desks, doing your Zoom conference calls. For those of you sleeping on the bleachers, time for baseball. Connor Kelly stepping in against Neal. It's a real snooze fest, the turf field. Ball low. See how long of a leash Neal has. Papur lasted an inning and a third before getting hooked by Coach Simos. There's a fly ball deep. That's going back to the fence, and it's gone. Connor Kelly. It's a bomb to right field. Little repeat of last night's action. Good power, as we like to say here in this area. A solo shot. Puts a run on the board. That means it's 7-3, if my addition is correct. Bullpen activity for Ashland. It's a good idea. See what Mr. Locke can do. Takes a pitch high. Ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. There's a strike. This game's hey, John, would you mind tasing me to wake me up here? You can bring your taser with you. Oh, boy. Oh. Wear it from the dugout. That's an HBP if you're scoring at home. Manager coming out. And he's going to bring in the third baseman. Troutman. Neal's going to go to center field. What's Donovan going to do? Donovan's going to play third base. Troutman pitching, Donovan playing third, and Neal going to center. He gave up 7 runs and in 1 inning. Was out there for the second, but didn't record an out. Maybe it's counted as 1 1/3. No. 1 full inning he pitched. We don't have Troutman pitching because he's a lefty and he wouldn't be the third baseman. So since they didn't give me any lineups, I have no clue who this kid is. We will see, though, with this game changer, it's Judge is pitching. Not Aaron. Don't be confused. Tall kid, though. Judge going to finish up his warm-ups. Get 7. I believe that's the rule for high school. And that's it. The umpire says, you're pitching. Well, Connor Kelly led off with a big bomb to right field. Big fly, whatever you want to call it. Matt Cooper up. Dylan Locke on first base. Failed bunt attempt. Coach Simos is intent on having his players put down a bunt. It's about the fourth guy that's tried to put down a bunt. Up by 4 runs. There's pick over. Lock back easily. Not a particularly good move, but that's his first pick throw over there, so usually it's not the best move. Pick over. That gets by the first baseman. And Locke is going to take the turn. Oh, he puts the brakes on. Riandon couldn't get that pickoff throw, which wasn't very good, as you saw. Shortstop and second baseman are not holding the runner. Locke rounds third base. Cooper gets the bunt down, moves the runner up. First out recorded by Ashland this inning. Cam Jarrett hoping to add to the total. It's going to be cold up at Clarkson in the winter. Mike Messier, a former captain for the hockey team and catcher for Coach Simos, went to Clarkson. Really enjoyed his time up there. Great kid. All the kids that come out of these sports programs at Hopkinton High are great individuals. There's a base hit right up the middle. That's going to score Locke. Jarrett makes a turn at first and retreats. That ball had some sizzle on it. Oh, my goodness, he took off on a changeup. That was the right pitch, the right guess. He could have walked from first to second base. Ran on a changeup. Still 1 out. 8-3. Ooh. You know, we talked about Bill Lee earlier. Tall lefty, Bill Lee lives up from Vermont. He's got a beard that goes from his chin all the way down to his knee. Pitch very much like this kid out on the mound. A high arcing pitch. And we got a little injury to Jarrett. Oh, maybe he's got a turf burn. Wouldn't happen on a dirt field, though. Going to have the athletic director take a look at it, or the trainer. Oh, turf burns. That'll be the first turf burn of the year. Well, we'll wait to see what the athletic trainer does, and when we come back, the score will be 8-3, Hopkinton on HCAM. He's bleeding to death. What? got fixed up a little bit. He's ready to go. Report from the softball field, 3-3. Interesting pitching style. I mean, 3-3. Nobody's winning, in other words, over at the softball battle, Ashland and Hopkinton. Hopkinton's playing unbelievably well this year, hitting that big sphere ball in the dirt. Second baseman and the shortstop are absolutely doing nothing to keep the runners close, not even tapping their gloves. Well, they can't kick dirt because there is no dirt. Let them know that they're there. Ooh. I don't think I've ever seen this in high school baseball. A pitcher that just lobs it up there. Because it's awfully tempting. You got to hit it at its apex. And you swing. And he's going to get razzed by the bench. How could you strike out on a 45-mile-an-hour, I wouldn't even call it fastball. So Ashland has recorded an out, if Game Changer is right. Andrew Gahn takes a look at that pitch. Mike Bernie on deck. Andrew Gahn has got 2 strikes on him. One of the dangers pitching that slow is if you do meet it on the apex, you might hit the ball 400 feet. Or you might whiff. Like that. So number 17, whoever he is, retires the side. Judge. So at the end of 2, the score is Hopkinton 8. Ashland Clockers 3 on HCAM. Hey, John, why don't you get in the box against that kid? Now, the kids that whiffed, did they get razzed when they came back in the dugout? No. What, wait to hit it on the apex? Now, that wasn't as far as that kid that hit it last time, but almost. Three, 8-3, Hopkinton over Ashland. I guess there was a little razzing in the dugout from the guys that whiffed off the son of Bill Lee, grandson of Bill Lee. There's a strike by Paharik. That's pleasant to see. Curveball. Over for first strike. Quickly in front, 0-2. We don't have too many out-of-towners reporting in. There's a ground ball over the right side, picked up by Andrew Gahn. Tags the bag for 1 out. Only my cousin Hector from Albany has checked in with me. He actually likes these Hopkins and Hiller games. Finds them entertaining. Not much going on in Albany. It's a called strike. Paharic was a nice pickup in his freshman year. Very few freshmen Coach Simons will call up to play. There's the ground ball up to third base line. Kelly off his right foot. Over to Gahn, who picks it. For the out. Quickly, 2 down. That's nice, John, right? It's not going to be an hour-long inning. Oh, man. It's a foul ball. Ball up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a little bit high. You can always catch us on our YouTube page. If you're at home, want to watch the ball game. High fly ball in the right field. That ball is squeezed by Bernie. 1, 2, 3. That's French for 1, 2, 3. When we come back, the score will be the same. 8-3 Hopkinton over Ashland on HCAM. This game is bad. Bad. This kid, oh boy. Wow. But he's doing the softball game. He likes it. I'm starting to wonder about him. See, now I'm getting the game changer in. Now, but this is from last inning. Oh, it's way behind. No, it's the bottom of the third. It's so slow. I got middle of the third. Yeah, but it's the bottom of the third. In this fast-paced game here at the Hopkins and Turf Field, I don't know, John. Maybe we should switch fields, speed things up a little bit. Mike Bernie up, takes a strike. Blazing fastball from Judge. Ball in the turf, blocked by the catcher. Henton's getting not dirty, I would say dirty, but he's busy behind the plate. There's strike 2. Tom Nappy up at the, or out at the girls' field. 6-3 he reports in. He says that the softball game over there is moving along, his quote, stupidly slow. Well, join the club. Ball 3. Full count to Bernie. There's a pop-up. First baseman over in foul territory. Out of play. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of these games, and I don't think I've seen half of what I've seen so far today. Oi. Oi is Yiddish for, oh, my God. There's a fly ball in the left field. Left fielder standing there, camped under it. Makes the grab. Oh, Kramer squeezes that one for 1 out. Thankfully. Judge is retired, the first batter of the inning. Cam Mulvaney stepping in against Judge. Beaten foul towards the Hiller dugout. See, when things are moving this slow, the fielders get tired. They lose focus. They like to have things go quickly, so they're always on their toes. If you watch a major league game, that's where all the errors happen. There's a ground ball beaten foul, and catcher Henton picks it up, tags the runner who wasn't running, Mulvaney, and tags him out. That was what's known as a swinging bunt. That ball might have went 1.5 feet. Certainly not a blast. Nick Paharic stepping in, the pitcher. Big cut, big rip. I don't know whether he took batting practice before the game. Got to talk to the batting practice pitcher. They're having a tough time with Judge. There's a hit into right center, and that is over the head of the right fielder, Weiss. Here comes Paharic, and he slams the brakes on at second base. 2 down. Here comes the big, mighty, power-hitting Connor Kelly. Let's see what he does with that. That ball was misplayed by Weiss out in right field. He came in on it, and the ball went over his head. Connor Kelly, his last time up, hit a ball probably about 320 feet over the right fielder's head. Paharic at second. Oh, right under his chin. It's probably the hardest pitch Judge has thrown so far today. Mano a mano. Ball in the dirt. Paharic was thinking about it. Decided better. Stays on second base. Didn't want to get thrown out at third and make the last out of the inning. I think I'll order a pizza. By the time this game gets over, it'll be dinner time. You viewers at home, you can feel free to go to the refrigerator in between innings. Strike two. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bottom of the third inning. There's a ground ball, the shortstop. Picked up, throw to first. No, wild. And Paharic scores. Kelly gets on by an error. Cowan throws that ball way wide. That's the second time Riandon has failed to get a ball. He's got to come off the bag. At least he's got a chance, if he catches it, to tag the runner on the back. Kelly was fooled a little bit. He was leaning towards second base as Judge went into his windup, and then he went back to first. So he's having a little difficult time picking up Judge's move. See if Simos cuts him loose. There's a pickoff over there. Not a good move. Bounced a few over there already. I think Coach Simos is cutting him loose. And there he goes. Ball high, thrown down, stolen base. See, John, when you're a camera guy and you're listening to the play-by-play guy and he says he's going to steal a base, means he's got ESP. Stolen base for Connor Kelly. Dylan Locke. I really like this kid. He's going to be a stud next year. Ooh. Let that one go by. That was tempting. 2 balls and a strike. What's Coach Simos going to do? Is he going to show bunt and have Kelly take off? There he goes. And he swipes third base. You see, when you're talking, John, to the play-by-play guy, and he says it might be a steal, you know that the play-by-play guy has got ESP. He just twinkled-toed his ways off the bag. Nobody was holding him close. Judge probably does not have an inside move to second, so he took the bag. And there's a ball going to get down in the left field. That'll score Kelly. Dylan Locke has a RBI single. And the game goes on. But fortunately, fans, there is a mercy rule, and that is after 5 innings, I believe, 10-run differential, home team hits last. There's a strike on the outside corner. There's a 7-run differential, but we're not close to the 5th inning. A little conference between Henton and Judge. Do they suspect something from the runner at first? I don't know. Maybe they might pitch out here Although with a lefty hitter, that would be a bad decision. Trying to throw behind a lefty hitter? Nah, I don't think so. Ball outside. That might have been a half of a slide step where you don't lift your leg close to the belt. You just stride towards the plate. There's a pick over. Let's see what he does here. I'll have to talk to the color guy. What do you think he's going to do? Pick over? Yeah, he's going to pick over. Picks over. And he gets by the first baseman. Oy vey. And Locke takes off for second base. Having a little trouble over there between the pitcher and the first baseman. I got to believe the Ashland coach is getting a little tired. Where is that Ashland bus? Might be up at the softball entrance. There's a strike called. There's a ball hit the left field. That hangs up for Kramer. Makes the grab, which retires the side. At the end of 3 innings, the score is Hopkinton 10, Ashland Clockers 3. You are watching HCAM. John, if your son doesn't pitch, you don't watch the game? Your son doesn't pitch, you watch a JV softball? This is absolutely horrible. This is freaking horrible. What time is it? 10 after 5. What inning? What I mean, what time is it? Yeah, what time is it? What time does this game start? Yeah, what time? Was he okay? Yeah, he was okay. What what time did this game start? 3:30 or 3:45? Purper looked awful. I hate this turf more than you know. He says it's a little, it's a little rough up there. But I said, why don't you get 12 guys to rake, mow, and just do it? I mean, look at that field over there. Yeah, I wish he would. Is he a Boy Scout? All right, ready to go. Top of the 4th inning. Ashland Clockers versus the Hopkinton Hillers. Hillers lead 10-3. Nick Baharik still out in the mound. He relieved Vin Papura. Ball high. I was just informed that this game is almost an hour and a half old. You people at home who have clocks probably realize that already. Oh, the strike poured right over the middle of the plate by Paharik. 1 ball and a strike. Ooh, Paharik wanted it. Umpire didn't give it to him. Well, I'd like to congratulate Dan Marzell, Hopkins resident, graduate of Hopkins High School, Johns Hopkins University. There's a nice swing and a pitch in the back. Dan Marzell trained a lot of the Hopkins Little League umpires, my sons being two recipients of his tutelage. Made it up to the major leagues as an umpire. He toiled down in the minor leagues, independent league, Florida State League, every league he could possibly umpire. Saw him on TV the other night. He was umpiring with Angel Hernandez. For any baseball fans out there, Angel Hernandez might be the worst umpire ball in the major leagues. And somehow he got taken off his crew and got put on another crew. There's a pickoff throw. Really quick move by Paharik. And what happened in that game, the home plate umpire took one right off the coconut. Ball foul. Christian Vasquez was the catcher for the Red Sox. Foul tip, square. Vasquez grabbed the home plate umpire before he fell down. The umpire went in the dugout, so Marzell went from first to third. Strike. At least he swung at it. Got to give him credit. The Weiss strikes out. So I would have liked to see Marzell ump home, but fortunately, he was the rookie on the crew. They make about $350,000 a year. But with all that travel, they're in a town for 4 days usually, and then they're on a plane somewhere else. But they do stay with the same crew. They do get a vacation, I think a couple weeks during the year. There's a ball. But that's a lot of cake. Usually, that's 25 years, 30 years is your lifespan as a umpire. Probably they all have brain damage. There's another hit batter. So 2 hit batters in the inning. Nice job, Nick. I would like to go home. Feed the baby. You know what I mean, John? Make sure my cameraman is still awake. There's a foul back. It's a shortstop, Coburn. One out, top of the fourth. 10-3 is the score. Still got plenty of time left in this game unless Hopkins can come up big next inning. And there's a fly ball in the left field. Center fielder coming over to cut it off, and he makes the grab. Nice catch. Nice catch by Cam Mulvaney. Wow. I thought Cooper was going to grab that ball. He came a long way from center field to snag it. That's a Gold Glove play. Laid out for that. Really wanted that ball. 2 down. I have no clue who's up. They say it's Judge, but if it is Judge, he's shrunk about 1.5 feet. So there must have been a swap with the designated hitter, and there's a ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Cam Jarrett, and he throws over to Connor Kelly for the force out to retire the side. At the end of 3.5, the score is 10-3, Hopkinton, and you're listening to HCAM TV. Nice game, huh, Blue? You need some smelling salts or what? Bottom of the fourth, Judge still in there pitching for Ashland. Score is 10-3 over the girls' softball game. We're 1 inning ahead, thankfully. Cam Jarrett stepping in, takes the ball upstairs. You know, if the fans were nice to me, they could probably hear my stomach growling. What I would like, ball in the dirt, is somebody to go to that place that has a man on a sign. He's got a white jacket. He has a black bow tie, a white beard, white hair, and he sells chicken. I do like a combination of white meat and dark meat, mashed potatoes, and some coleslaw. So if you can deliver it over to the, well, just find me. I'm hungry. There's 2 strikes. I'm sorry, that's counts 2 balls and a strike. Boy, it seems forever for that pitch to get up to the plate. Oh, count was 3-1. Jarrett trots down to first base. Let's see what Judge is going to do. Is he going to pick over? Is Coach Simon just going to steal bags and try to get this game over with? Scotty Pagliuca steps in. Brother Robbie didn't show up, which the pick over. He doesn't really have a good move. That timeout. I don't know what they could possibly talking about. Could be possibly talking about. He's not going to pick off anybody. Oh, a big swing and a miss. Thanks for the breeze, Scotty. Coach Simos does not like to rub it in when he's ahead, but this game is moving so slowly. Ground ball foul up the third base line. All right, Scotty. Right between second and first. Big hole. Another one that almost got away from the first baseman. I'm going to say something I might regret. Oh, maybe I ought to bite my tongue. You're supposed to play the game the right way. However it goes. And there's a base hit in the right field. One base at a time. Nice hit by Scotty Pags. Jarrett moves up a base. We are going to have, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. There's a pinch hitter for Andrew Gahn. We'll see who it is. Morse is on deck. He was a hitting star last night. Ball in the dirt. I bet you people didn't know that Kiki Hernandez has returned to the Red Sox lineup, and he'll be leading off tonight. Waters is at the plate. He played a lot of first early on in the year. It's a strike on the inside corner of the plate. Jarrett at second. Pagliuca at first base. Waters at the plate. And there's a little nubber in between first and second. That ball gets down. Run scores. Pardon me, the run didn't score. Should have scored. Coach Simos is just going one base at a time. Big swing and a miss. We got another pinch hitter behind Morse. Looks like Coach Simos is going to empty the bench. There's a ground ball in between third and short. There comes Pags to the plate. There's the throw up the line. And they got him. They got Scotty Pags at the plate. The speedy second baseman got thrown out from left field. Run did score, though. See how the coach blocked me out where I couldn't see? You got a good picture of it. Well, the score is 11-3. Nice line drive by Morse. That's 2 games in a row he's squared up a ball. Pinch hitter from Mulvaney. Ooh. You know, umpires get paid to call strikes and move the game along. Anything close, if I'm the home plate umpire, I'm umpire. I'm calling that a strike. There's a strike called. You can feel the pall over the field. Just no energy whatsoever. Counts 2 balls and a strike. We got Waters at third base. Morse at second. One down. Ball in the dirt. Nobody's taken off. Oh, boy. Swing and a miss. Going to check in with the HCAM Weather Center. Temperature has dropped 2 degrees since the start of the game. It's now 79 degrees and partly cloudy. That means it's partly sunny, I would suppose. Here's swing and a miss, strike 3. Two down. 11-3 the score. Couple of runs. Waters didn't dare take off. He would have had home plate easy. But Coach Simos doesn't like running up the score. So if Pahara can get a base hit and score these two guys, that'll be the 10-run differential. And if Pahara can retire Ashland in the top of the 5th, then it'll be game over. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like the JV girls game is over. Paharic only a junior. Paharic looking back to the bench saying, what the heck? I got a feeling if he strikes out, he's going to get a huge razzing from the bench. One of your better players. Oh, and there's a base hit in the right field. Here comes the runner from second. He's going to score. Ball cut off by the first baseman. And then we have our 10-run differential, 13-3. So Paharic helps himself out, and he can help the entire Hopkinton, well, the entire town of Hopkinton out by retiring Ashland in the top of the 5th, and we can all go home. There's a fly ball. Left fielder coming in with it. And that's out number 3. Score 4.5 innings. After 4.5 innings, Hopkinton 13, Ashland 3. Somebody could bring me some food. If this was Milford, I'd have a hot dog, maybe several hot dogs by now. quick can Bills get me a slice? If Pahara gives up a run, I'm going to shoot him. Well, people would watch the game if you were. Yeah. I was thinking about it. I mean, my mother and father live in Newton, so Dedham's just a hop, skip, and a jump, you know? Top five. Paharek's still out in the hill. Andrew gone back in the game on the re-entry. Morse hit for him last inning. Did a nice job at a base hit. Locke still behind the place. He can have a discussion with Henton, who's the Ashland catcher, saying, hey, this game's a little slow. Why don't you just get up there, take 3 hacks, miss by a mile, and go back to the bench, and we'll get out of here. But that's making a mockery of the game. And you're not allowed to do that. Just an idea I had pop in my head. There's a strike. Oh. Look good, called it a ball. Two balls. We have some warm-up activity down in the bullpen. There's a strike. Right down Broadway. Ball low. Ronnie Seamus guarding the bullpen just in case of an errant ball. He's on the IR. Ball foul off the foot of Henton. So, Ronnie, what do you think? Do you think you could hit that kid? Their lefty? Or you think he'd go down swinging? All right, pay attention. The ground ball over to first. Paharek covering the bag. Nice play. Out of field your position. 1 out. Play goes 3-1. Foul behind the backstop. It does get a car. Maybe a little dent action. Well, you're down 10 runs. You can't be watching pitches go by. Oh, another Ashland player gets hurt. Now, there's nothing intentional going on there, you fans at home. That's the third Ashland player that's got hit by Paharek. He's known for his control, but He's been out there a long time in this 80-degree weather. There's a gift from the umpire. No balls, 2 strikes. There's a ground ball up the middle, over to Jarrett, over to first. Ball game is over. Double play. I like that. So the final for today's Ashland Hopkinton game is Hopkinton 13, Ashland 3. Hold on a minute. What are they doing? Are they going out there to mess around, or I think what they're going to do is let Hopkinton hit the bottom of the 5th inning. For what reason, I don't know. The umpires are coming over. Are they saying over? It's 13-3 over at the girls' softball game, bottom 4. And I think the umpires have said they use the hand to the throat, meaning game over. So tomorrow, Hopkinton plays Dedham. Josh Fisher has the start. Final score for the final time is Hopkinton 13, Ashland 3. You've been watching HCAM, Hopkinton Hillers Baseball. We'll see you next time.